handoff to KJ. Comes out the curl screen. Jump pass inside. Eddie goes with a tomahawk with the right side. It's shaking right now in the western slope. He hammered that one with the right hand. Eddie's got 7. Buffs on top. 68-49 with 10.5 to play.
Well, the Buffs get a dominating 24-point win. Big Eddie Lampkin had a very nice game for Colorado. 1 of 4 Buffs in double digits. Back at the Stampede. Voice of the Buffs, Mark Johnson. Associate coach Mike ROHN joining us for a couple of minutes. That was, I thought, from start to finish, about as solid a game as we've seen in a while from the Buffaloes.
Yeah, I was really pleased with the guys. We had a good week of preparation.
Yeah.
They did a really good job. We had a couple days off, get a little rest, and then Thursday and Friday we had really good practices. So that typically means you're going to probably play a little better.
You know, this time of year, too, Mike, everyone knows every game is like gold. It's precious right now, isn't it?
Oh, in February. It's you know, Coach says all the time, it's hard to win big games in February, you know, when games that matter. And luckily we're in a position where these games really matter, and I was really proud of the guys tonight.
Javon Hadley had 17 points in the first half. Really set the tone for the Buffaloes, didn't he?
He was amazing. He was amazing on defense, too. You know, he's just a guy that kind of goes under the radar sometimes, but he's been as consistent as anybody on our team this year. He took on a challenge after halftime guarding Madsen.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't start the game that way, but after halftime when Cody kind of got hurt, you know, we were like, hey, he wants him. You know, we got to shut this guy down. He did an amazing job, so you know, really proud of him.
Yeah, Madsen had 16 in the first half, I think 2 or 3 or so in the second. He's one of those players, you just mentioned it, that gets overlooked on occasion. Yeah. He's a player that puts up nice numbers. He's so solid. Coaches never underappreciate him, but fans miss it sometimes.
Oh, absolutely, you know, because he does so many little things.
Yeah.
You know, he boxes out, he's shooting great from the foul line. You know, he's a guy we can count on every day.
Yeah. Eddie Lampkin, saw the highlights off the top there. You work with the big guys. I thought maybe had as good a game as we've seen for a while.
Yeah, he needed that. You know, he was coming off a game at USC. He wasn't real happy with the way he played. But a good bounce back for him there. You know, he did a really good job. He made his free throws, and really proud of him.
Yeah, Buffs get a nice win by 24. They knock off the Utes, and afterward, post-game press conference, we heard from some players.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and it especially starts at practice. We had a good week of practice. You know, we got after it, and you know, we really locked in. You know, we pride ourselves on defense and rebounding, but we worked a lot on our offense this week as well, and it showed tonight for sure. We didn't play Utah not too long ago, so Utah was kind of fresh in our minds. We know their personnel. That's a big thing that Coach prides, you know, everything on. It's just knowing your personnel, knowing who's a shooter, who's a driver, and you know we really locked in. And tonight it showed. And you know Madsen got hot there early. We made some adjustments, and you know we were able to shut him down. And I'm not sure how many points he had in the second half, but it wasn't compared to his first half points at all. Just limiting his touches. You know he can't score if he doesn't have the ball. You know, we talk about that all the time, and, you know, Tristan did a good job early, you know, just getting him out of it. You know, he got a couple shots up, but, you know, they weren't falling, so he kind of shied away from it. And, you know, just shout out to our defense overall, because we've been working on it. We know we are aware of him. We're aware, obviously, of what he can do. And, you know, he's hurt a lot of teams this year, so, you know, we couldn't let that happen to us tonight.
Well, there's some of the players after the Buffaloes get a 24-point win over the Utes. We continue with Associate Head Coach Mike ROHN here for a couple of minutes. What can we say about KJ Simpson, the way he's playing this season anymore?
He's just amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, he played with 3 fouls for how long today? You know, guarding Davion Smith is a really difficult task. So, I mean, I'm just amazed at the year he's having.
Yeah.
You know, if you would have asked me at the start of the year, was he going to be playing this well? I don't know if anybody would imagine that. And he's just consistent. He does it every night. You know, he never gets tired. You know, we're riding him pretty hard, but he's fully capable of doing it. He's built that way.
The one thing you never question with KJ, by the way, is his effort. It's unbelievable.
Absolutely.
Tad and I were talking the other day, and I said, you've had back-to-back between McKinley and KJ, 2 of the best 6'2" and under rebounders I've ever seen in college basketball.
Yeah, he's a fun kid to coach.
Yeah.
You know, we're very lucky that you know, he's here, and I'm excited for him because he worked really hard this summer.
All right. The number I think that probably had to jump off the page for you guys was 4 turnovers. Wasn't
that nice?
How about that?
Hey, we've been preaching to him a long time about it, and you know, tonight they found a way to do it.
Yeah.
And every team's better when you don't turn it over. So. We're hopefully we're trending the right way right now. 4
turnovers, 19 assists in this ball game. Buffs get that victory. As this thing kind of unfolds now, we know as we're talking about every game this type of year extremely important. I got Cal coming in. I don't think anybody would have thought when we saw them the first time going into that ball game they'd be sitting here with a winning record in Pac-12 conference play. this is not going to be an easy out on Wednesday.
No, it is not. You know, after we played them there, they started playing really well leading up to that game. They've got really good personnel, and Coach Madsen does a great job. We've seen that up close and personal last year with Utah Valley. So it's going to be a heck of a game. It's a big game. You know, I'm just glad we're at home, and you know, excited for Wednesday night.
The Buffs continue to make a push here late in the season. Associate Head Coach Mike ROHN joining us here for a couple of minutes. When we come back on the other side, we're going to talk with the strength and conditioning coach, Steve Engelhardt, at Corelli's, coming up next.